Yo, what is up, you guys? I'm back with another breakdown, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and be breaking down gold and a trade that I took for London session yesterday going into today. Not gonna be a long video, just a quick breakdown on what I was looking at, how I was able to anticipate sales, and why I TP'd where I TP'd. And yeah, man, we'll leave it at that with a short breakdown for today. And then hopefully I could drop another video for you guys tomorrow, whoever may be watching, on another gold breakdown, or if I so happen to trade even US 30. So let's go ahead and start, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually remove these technicals that I use for myself, and let's go ahead and start with structure and what I was looking at. So for last week's price action and structure, we see here that we are clearly bearish, forming lower high points on the top end. We see here we broke below a 4-hour support level, and we are currently testing it as a level of resistance. So now what I'm looking for and how price opened to start the week. So price opened right here. So price to start the week gapped up a little bit, and then we had a bearish push down, and then price continued to rally up, showing that we were counter trending on the 4-hour time frame, but we were showing bullish structure on like your 1-hour time frame. So I was looking at this on my 30-minute time frame. So we see here on the 30-minute time frame, price tested this level of support here based off your 30-minute, but it also tested our transition level based off our higher time frame over here. So let's go ahead and do this right here. We see here that we are clearly pushing bullish, starting that counter trend on the larger time frame, but we are starting a bullish trend on the smaller time frames. So price pushed down here, started rallying up. We had a 5-minute and a 15-minute higher low point that formed here. We broke above our level of resistance here, and then we got a higher low point right in here. Now, before we got this higher low point, I was anticipating sales from this high. Now, the reason I was anticipating sales is because that is a 4-hour support zone. So we see here 4-hour support, tested, broke through, and then we got that retest to this upside. So now the reason I anticipated this and had the confidence to do so was because once we first reached into this area, it was about 11 p.m. Price formed bullish and showed a lot of buyer's exhaustion. Then we had a following candle that was a doji that formed in between the hours of 12 to 1 a.m. Formed doji, pretty much showing exhaustion, showing that buyers were weak. And then we had a follow-up candle 1 to 2 a.m. that was bearish. Now I entered at the start of this candle around 1 a.m. So if we go down to our 5-minute time frame, we see here that price formed resistance, and then we had a level of support right in here. Now I also had a random line drawn to track that bullish strength in this area. Now let's see. So I was looking at, so that 1-hour candle had just opened. Once we had 1-minute time frame, formed this bullish or bearish engulfing. Sorry about that, bearish engulfing here. And then we had this follow-up candle. I was already anticipating that we were going to drop in this area. So I had an entry right in here, which was a confidence entry. Now the reason I mainly entered was because it was a bearish engulfing based off your 1-minute time frame. And this also complemented your 5-minute all the way down to even your 30-minute time frame, showing that price was beginning to flip for that new hourly candle, and we were going to form a 4-hour bearish candle. So we had this 1-minute bearish engulfing candle in here, 5-minute formed bearish. Now your next entry could have been at the break of this 5-minute trendline opportunity. Once we broke, we had like a minor lower high point right in here, and you had 2 bearish follow-up candles. This would have been another area for entry. Now, of course, your stop loss would have been a lot higher. Risk to reward would have been a lot lower. But this played out perfectly into our area to then TP around 32.78, which would have gave you a 1 to 8 risk to reward on the first confidence entry, and a 1 to 2.6 risk to reward with more of a conservative entry. But yeah, man, this is the reason that that I executed this trade. So let's go ahead and go over those confluences and confirmations again. So we see here we're bearish on the 4-hour time frame. We have one lower high point, two lower high points, broke below our 4-hour support level, and then we got a counter trend based off your 4-hour time frame back into this zone. So I was just anticipating sales based off a broken level of support being tested as resistance again. 1-hour time frame was already showing us exhaustion for 2 hours, and it showed that buyers were getting weaker. So I was definitely going to anticipate that sellers were going to pick up in the market and begin to push down. So once we got those 2 hourly candles that gave us exhaustion and showed that buyers were getting weaker, I was beginning to go down to the smaller time frames to look for sales. 5-minute time frame began to form a small range or consolidation zone. So once we got the resistance, support, resistance held, had a test of support again, and then once we got up to that resistance and we had like a 1-minute double top with the bearish engulfing, I was in anticipating that we were going to break this counter trend line opportunity. 1, 2, 3 touches. We were going to get a break and some sort of retest on the backside to continue to push down, which we did, and those confirmations appeared on your 1-minute time frame. But yeah, man, this trade was pretty much beautiful. Played out to the T, didn't have to put a large risk on the table, and was still able to make a good amount of profit, which started my funded account off right, putting me up about 1%, and then I was able to pass my phase 2 with top tier. Now I'm just waiting for my KYC to get verified, waiting for them to review my account, and then soon send out my credentials for my funded. So this was a good trade to start Sunday. Now let's go ahead and delete everything I just put on this chart, and let's see how we can anticipate a move going into London session tonight. So let's see, we still see here we are bearish on our 4-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, we're beginning to get that bullish strength coming into the market. We see here that we have a bullish transition level based off your 1-hour time frame. So boom, we're testing our 4-hour level of broken support as resistance. So we're going to see if this area holds actually. So let's go ahead and draw this. I'm going to go ahead and delete these 4-hour median levels, and we're just going to solely rely upon our 1-hour median levels as we are forming bullish structure now. So if price can continue to maintain and we get another bullish push up, then I can simply expect something like this to then continue up to this 4-hour lower high point that we have here. But until then, I'm not going to force anything. I'm gonna let the market come to me and see if we get a strong bullish type of move, or if we're going to continue to respect this area for sales and then get back down to your 32.50 levels. Let's see if we could add any more other confluences though. Let's see. Right in here. This is probably going to be your only one, but we do see that price is slowly beginning to build up for buyers. So we'll see how this plays out. But yeah, man, that's going to be my breakdown for today. Maybe I'll drop another video tonight breaking down US30 and what I may be looking for going into New York session on Tuesday morning. But hopefully this breakdown made sense. Hopefully you guys could take something away from that based off my confirmations, based off my entry candle, based off the confidence that I have behind the entries, even though that does come with experience. And hopefully you guys can apply that to your guys' breakdowns, and hopefully you know, just take advantage of that when it comes to the market and you guys executing. But if you guys have watched the video up until this point, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys hearing out what I have to say about my trade breakdowns, and hopefully, you know, it benefits you guys in the long run. But appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one, man. Peace.